Hello, my fellow paper crafters. It is Erica here from Me Too Paper Crafts. I'm located here in Victoria on the west coast of Canada. And I am coming to you with another fun fold. Now this fun fold was presented by one of my team members in our last monthly team meeting. She brought it forward and showed us how to make it, and she wanted to give credit to where she found it, which was on Lisa Curcio's YouTube channel. So Lisa had made this card. I'm not sure if that was her original card or if she then got it from somewhere else, and that's kind of what happens when we have these cards. It's very rare to find an original because so many ideas are already out there, because there are so many demonstrators out there and crafters. So anyway, we like to give credit as to where we originally, found the card. And so thank you, Lisa, and thank you so much, Karen, for bringing it in our team meeting. So I'll show you the card that we made. I think it's called a surprise gatefold card, or you could call it a tent fold gatefold card, because it's a tent style, portrait style card that you flip open, and then there's a gatefold inside. Isn't it cute? So you start with one sheet of cardstock, and then this is the design that I made. And tonight I'm going to make a very similar card, but I'm bringing in a different stamp set because I need some masculine birthday cards. I've got some masculine birthdays coming up in the fall. So I thought this was the cutest stamp set, Whiskey Business. So I have a few male friends who do enjoy a good glass of whiskey or scotch, and so I thought this would be kind of a fun stamp set to use. And I love the greeting, sending you an old-fashioned birthday card, because that's, I guess, called an old-fashioned drink with a twist of lemon or lime, I'm not sure which. A little bit of wood grain here for some backgrounds maybe. Straight up, you're the best. Being a dad is a whiskey business. That's kind of fun. Your top shelf, cheers to you. So good little greetings for a masculine card. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm also bringing in the Plaid Tidings 6x6 designer series paper. I think the plaids are an excellent masculine design. Way to go. Even the pinks, these make for good masculine cards. So that's why I got this paper. So I've got everything pretty well cut out. I've got my stamps mounted on the acrylic blocks. And so we're going to get started. So the first thing, actually I should have put my acrylic blocks over to the side here because I have to pull in my paper trimmer. And we are going to start, like I said, it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to score this. Let me move this paper out of the way. I'm going to score this at 5.5. Okay, so let's bring this at 5.5. And as always, make sure you're using your scoring blade and not your cutting blade. So there you go at 5.5. Then we're going to rotate it to the portrait side. And we're now going to score this down the center at 4 4.25. Let me just check my notes. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. No, I'm wrong. Oh, good job, I looked. So you're scoring it in half at 5.5 on the 11-inch side. Then you're going to rotate it this way, and you're going to score it at 2 1/8 from each side, because that creates the gatefold. So 2 1/8. So I'm going to score that 2 1/8. Okay, then I'm going to flip it to the other side, and again go at 2 1/8 and score that. Okay, now I'm also going to cut this instead of using my paper snips. So if you look at the cardstock now, you've got your half score line across the middle here at 5.5, and then you've got 2 vertical score lines. So The bottom part of this, these two flaps will fold in and become, and make the gatefold. So these two flaps will come in, gatefold, and then this is the tent fold, this. So really what you want to get rid of is you want to get rid of these top two corner sections, okay? So if you stick it back in your your trimmer and line it back up in the track, and then you know that this is at 5.5. So if you look at your trimmer and you go to 5.5, now I do have to stand up because I can't really see the ruler here. So I'm going to go to 5.5 here. Okay, and then I'm going to cut up, okay, to get rid of that piece. And then I'm going to move it over again, and I'm going to stick this right back in the track. Make sure it's right in the track. And again, now I'm going to go from the top and I'm going to score down to 5.5. So this is 5 and a half, okay? And then you can take it out. So see, I've got these, and then I'm going to just trim these off with just with my paper snips. I don't think I need to use the trimmer. Excuse me. I don't need to use the trimmer for that. So I'm just going to pull out some large scissors here, and I'm just going to cut this. Okay. That just like that. Perfect. Okay, and you could use these for scrap for something else if you want. Okay, and now, oh, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. Let me take a sip of water. I was just doing a Facebook Live, and that's why my voice is starting to get used a bit. Now, my trimmer, I do have to replace my blade. So here's a little tip for you that I've shared before, is I have this adhesive eraser. Now, unfortunately, we don't sell this anymore, but if you go down to your local dollar store, you might be able to find it, or if you shop from Amazon, you can find it there. It's called an adhesive eraser. So it removes adhesive. So you get, if you get adhesive, you know, we use those tape runners all the time, and see, here's a bit of glue. You can just erase it off. Okay, so I use it on my cardstock a lot if my glue has seeped out, like my Tombow glue, but I make sure I wait until it's fully dried, and then I can just drag this eraser over. And what else that I'm doing here is I'm not taking glue off, but I'm taking off the little, I call them greeblies. They're little cardstock greeblies. So if your blade isn't really sharp, sometimes it doesn't do a very good cut, and so you get these little greeblies. So I just take them off with this little adhesive eraser. Okay, so I'm just checking where my mountain folds are. They're right here, and I'm going to now fold this in like this and get my bone folder out. And I'm going to give this a really good crease, and then fold this other one over, and they should meet right in the middle. Okay, and then you're going to fold over this top piece. Now make sure you line it up. May get a little skewed, and it's going to be a tad short. Okay, but we're not worried about that. It worked out fine. So I'm just lining it up, and then I'm going to give it a good crease on the top here. Okay, so there's my tent fold, gate fold. Isn't that cute? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and decorate that. Now I haven't done any stamping and I haven't done any coloring yet, so bear with me. All right, so for the front of my card, I decided this paper has, I think it's Blackberry Bliss in here. Pretty sure it's Blackberry Bliss. So I picked a piece of Blackberry Bliss that measures 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran it through an embossing folder, And this is a tin called the tin tile embossing folder, and a lot of pubs and taverns have a tin tile ceiling, so I thought that would be kind of appropriate for this alcohol inspired card. So I embossed that. So I'm going to lay that on there. And then I thought I would take a piece of my scrap DSP that was left over from cutting my strips and put it on the front. And I just want to show you here. So for the gatefold part of the card, I cut the same Blackberry Bliss. I created 2 panels here for the sides, and then I cut my DSP to layer on top. That's for my gatefold, okay? Now, as usual, if you look below my video in the description there will be a link to my blog post with all of the measurements and scoring. And I'll also include a diagram of this fold for you. Okay, so that's going to go on the inside. And so on my front, I thought I would pull in, see, I've ended up with some scraps. So I'm going to put this tin tiled piece on the front, and then I have a variety of scraps here. This one isn't quite long enough, but that's okay, it would look fine. And this one as well, but I've got this piece left over, so I could put this piece on and then trim it. You could do any number of things. I like to use up my scraps, so I could put that, say, like that. And then I could put this fatter piece, I could even maybe overlap it like that on there. And then I have, this is what my whiskey bottle is going to go on, and then this is going to layer on top. So I could do that, but I think I might just do this. Okay, so these other 2 pieces, I could put a piece on the inside as well. I'll decide that later on. Okay, all right, so we can safely glue this on top. I just want to figure out the right side. Really, with embossing folders, with the embossed image, you can choose to use either side, whatever appeals to you. And I'm just going to run some Tombow glue around the outside edges. And glue this right on the front. Like so. Okay, so now I will, oh, I should have put this on ahead of time because then I could have trimmed it. That was silly. So maybe I'll just go back to this piece here. It's a bit wider too. Maybe I like that better. Let's pull this piece in. So I think I'm going to decide that after I have done my stamping and adhered it to, this is Cajun Craze on here. All right, so let's pull in my stamp. This is the bottle, and I have to think about whether I want that in, you know, black, because it's, you know, a glass bottle, so I don't know that black is the best option. I do want to color it. I think I'll just do smoky slate. I'll just do a lighter color. Let's see how that works out. Now there's a cute little whiskey glass. There's your old-fashioned with ice cubes and all, and I think I might put that, I'll put it on the front as well, I think. so let's put this here. Because the greeting on the outside I want to put is this one, sending you an old-fashioned birthday card. So the drink is really the old-fashioned drink. So that should be on the front, I think. Okay, so let's do the glass. Now you could choose to leave it like that and not color it. So I'm going to give a go. Well, the liquid for whiskey is kind of, it's a caramel color, isn't it? So I might use this new cinnamon cider, these new blends, cinnamon cider. Or I could do a yellow. Daffodil Delight, that's a bit bright, I think. I should have gone into Pinterest to see if anybody else had done these glasses. That's way too yellow. I think I'll stick with cinnamon cider. I think that might be the closest color. Calypso Coral's too orangey. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, so I'm just going to color the liquid that's in here. Yeah, this is kind of looking like a whiskey color. I don't drink whiskey myself, or scotch. I do like a glass of sherry once in a while. I think I get that from my grandmother. She really enjoyed a glass of sherry. You know, I think the color will reflect off the sides of the decanter. So I'll just color that like that. Now, yeah, I guess in the glass, it would be in here like this, I guess. Like I said, this is the first time I've used this stamp set, so I haven't even seen cards made with it yet. So I am truly creating this design on the fly, other than the card fold. There we go. Now I'm going to bring in a bit of shading in here, just where the edged glass, well, around the edge of this glass here. I'm just going to pull in the drawing. I love when the artists, they add these, I don't know what they're called. I want to kind of call them registration marks. It kind of shows you where the shadows would be, or reflections would be. And it kind of helps you to give your image some life, some real life, right? And I'm just going to blend that in a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the decanter. So and I might just outline some of the glass design on here. how that works. It'll look better once I blend it, I think. You don't have to be perfect here, just get a bit of shadowing in there. I don't know. So again, I always start with my lighter color. Then I do my blending with the dark, and then I usually go over it with my light again. I think it just helps to bring it to life a bit more. There we go. I think that looks okay. I will go and have a look at what other people have done, because that's, you know, just to give me an idea how other people color. That's how you learn and improve. Stampin' Up! Is all about share and copy and share. If I share it, you copy it, then you need to share it. That's kind of how the community is built. Okay, so I'm going to layer this on top of here. Okay. So for my greeting, I haven't used the stamp set yet, so I'm going to do this on a piece of Whisper White, and I might have to do a backing on there because this is a little bit of white space here, and so I might, I think I'm going to stamp this too in Blackberry Bliss. I think that would look nice. I have to move the camera a little bit. Sorry. Because I have my camera stand right in front of all my ink pads, or at least one column of ink pads. So let's stamp this on a piece of Whisper White. And because this is the first time I'm using the stamp set, I find it's always good to sort of ink it up and then stamp it off a couple of times just to condition the stamp a little bit. I think the ink sticks to the rubber better the more you've conditioned it. Okay. So I'm going to stamp this here. I might use a punch. I should have done a test ahead of time. Look how nice that is. Okay. I think that's too short, that punch. This is a nice masculine kind of punch. See if that will fit in there. Just fits. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And it's not cutting off anything. Wow. Wow, wow. Like that a lot. Look at that. It's just perfect. Okay. Now, to offset that, I might put that on... Oh, I have an idea here. First of all, let's close my ink pad. It's very important that you close your ink pads right away. So here's an idea. So if I card together like this. So I think I'm going to safely glue this on here. I'm going to use Tombow again, just because I'm gluing this to an embossed piece. It's just my preference. And this isn't, you want to center this top and bottom because it's not the exact same height. Whoa, that slid. That's a benefit of Tombow, that you can move it around a bit, but once it's in place, you don't want it to slip. Okay, so then I'm going to put this on top like that. Okay, now so I might put this up like this. Now my idea is, I might just put this a little bit lower here, like that, because my idea is I'm going to punch out Blackberry Bliss and Cajun Craze, maybe. Or maybe just Blackberry Bliss. Yeah, let's try that. So I need to grab a little bit of Blackberry Bliss. I should have kept it right close by. Okay, here it is. So let's just get rid of this piece. So that I can get fit the punch in here. And let's punch this out. So my idea is I want a bit of color on the Whisper White down below, see? And the white's okay at the top. So I'm going to put it on like that. I think that works. So I'll just put a little scribble of Tombow on there. And then I'm going to stick it on like that, but I'm going to put it on dimensionals. So let's first stick this on. What if can I do that? Is there enough room for that there? No, I think I have to move it down. So I think I'll put it even with the DSP down at the bottom and then put that on like that. Okay? Some more Tombow. I'm just allowing for a small border on the bottom of the Blackberry Bliss. There we go. And then we're going to put this on top of the card with some dimensionals. Here like that. I think that's coming together quite nicely. Okay, now for the inside, I need a piece of 4 by 5¼ cardstock. I'm hoping I have some here to cut down for the inside. But before I do that, I am now going to do my gatefold. So I'm going to take these two pieces here. Let's just move that over. And I'm going to glue the DSP to this strip here. Okay. So I'm just going to take my Stamp and Seal. This is our new adhesive. And let's stick this on. Now you want to take your time sticking your DSP to your cardstock using this Stamp and Seal, because it's almost impossible to get it off once you've stuck it down, because it is very, very strong. And the key to using this Stamp and Seal is to go nice and slow and no pressure. Once it sticks to the paper, it just, you know, you just glide it along gently. Oh, I just love these colors. Perfect for fall. Okay, and now we're going to glue these to the gates. Now every now and then you might have to advance this roll. Go real slow. And I back it up and just push it forward. So nice and slow. Okay. That's one. And this, let's get this punch out of the way. And here's the second one. Make sure you line up the top and the bottom with the other one. I need to see where my gatefold is. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so there's your gatefold. So all I need now, oh my gosh, I'm loving this card. So all I need now is another piece